So this is Ravenwood.
Thank you.
And so I own these 2 acres, and then we share. There's 4 households that all own 2 acres, and we share 180 acres.
Oh wow!
And that way, we can protect a lot of landscape and also have a peopled portion.
And you don't want to be in it either. I should have asked.
And so
just put greenery.
Diversity is important of vegetation and actually animals, heritage breeds, and also kind of more after the 3-dimensional in the forest piece. So here the house is in a little bit of a forest clearing, and the dream is to have the next layer of trees be 1 layer higher and then higher up still.
Okay, so you're like,
so it's like a bowl. Yeah. So in the middle, you might see some trees that are currently taller than everything else, like this black locust.
Yeah.
But I will pollard it, at some point soon, or whenever I choose to. And that gives adequate sunlight to the hazels that are underneath it.
Yeah.
This one in particular usually is a shorter bush than the other ones. And then also the hazels.
Are those American hazels?
The ones out here are. Then there's from the Finger Lakes. There's an experiment. One of the ones in there. It's a mix.
Yep.
It's a mix.
But it's not any beak. It's mixed in, or are there beakets as well?
No beak.
No beaked.
No.
Okay.
No.
I didn't know if some of them, because my place had them all over to begin with, and I was tearing them out to put them.
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of silly. Just leave a few.
Yeah, I have them around, but they're not in here.
Right.
So the tall ones are actually, they're just going to be allowed to grow up as they are wont to.
Some of
be
them.
Like mass trees? Or?
Some will be. But also a lot of the mass trees will be shorter mass trees here, kind of like the old British, the old European, pollard forests.
Right.
And actually, I'll show you one around here that's startlingly amazing, and it's been cut at an older age than most.
And can I interject just a tiny Basque piece, because I was in those pollarded oak forests that go for hundreds and hundreds of acres in the Pyrenees, and they told me that because I was with a group and we had a tour, and the nuts were the real crop for the sheep from those oaks and those chestnuts. They didn't use the leaves. They were pollarding in the winter, I think, for charcoal and for ship parts. For charcoal for foundries to make axe heads. They made good axe heads and good ships. But they were harvesting the ivy off the oaks, because otherwise the oaks wouldn't live. And that was a winter crop for the sheep. So it was the nuts and the ivy.
That's really cool.
But they were pollarded less frequently probably than we're doing for fodder, because I'm not sure how long it takes to grow this ship part. And the curb, they had the 2 branches, and then they grew the same 2 branches again. The charcoal, I'm not sure how big they were letting it be. I forget what if they even told me what the cycles were.
Yeah, or even that could vary by individual charcoal burner person.
Right.
Yeah.
But what's his name, who has Primitive Skills School in Augusta? What's his name?
Arthur Haynes?
Arthur, yes. Arthur Haynes. He's trying 3-year cycles. He thinks 3-year cycle coppice will make acorns. I don't think so, but we'll see. We'll find out from him.
Yeah, and seasonally, I think it varies just by whatever that year's weather is.
Yeah.
Right, but I think it's going to be more consistent if you're pollarding. And I know that Eliza Eager, Elliot, whose farm we're going to go to, his mother went to Spain a lot. She was with a Spanish guy for a while. From doing that, she found him there. And she said they were pollarding the chestnuts to have a heavier crop.
Cool. Yeah, I could see that.
But I don't know what their cycle was.
Well, because similarly,
is probably.
Paul Shepard, who does it with the hazels, he coppices
cuts
them, right? He
Yep.
cuts them all the way down.
Yep.
And
refreshes them.
Yeah, I did that with some, and it's been amazing what happens. And then other ones are kind of like.
Where you get more nuts?
I don't know yet. I did get a lot more green growth, but you're right. I don't know yet about the nut situation.
But they're rejuvenated anyway.
Yeah. And especially because
I rejuvenated mine one time.
Yeah. And then
they seem to be a good thing.
Like a new one I got that I didn't want to. It was shaded, and I was like, I'm going to give you room and light, so I cut the one next to it, and the one next to it's like, all right, well, we're going to come back like gangbusters next year.
Yeah, that would be the other one, the one that you cut.
Yeah. But so it's a diverse forest.
And my hazels are huge, so like, if they were this close, they'd be all one.
Yeah, these are shorter than the one over there is a bit taller. Maybe it's more like yours. But
well, mine's the chicken shit. Mine was next to the chicken shit.
And then even like this ash, this one I pollarded, or a little more like Shauna style.
Yeah.
Well, actually Shauna, when she left, she said, I would cut it here, 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 and that's what I did. find them to do a lot better once they have the
I'm
roots
just
are out.
coming
lowering
because
the,
there's a poor
overgrowth.
microphone. I don't want you. I want just what you say.
Oh, you're all good. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, but even these like this oak here, which all make the oaks are a little more challenged, but some of the
Because of the caterpillars being hit so hard.
So
And that's a little maple.
yeah, that one I don't think we did it. Well, it was storm damage, so it
Okay.
self-collared it.
It almost looks like we did, but we didn't.
And then in our farm we have pigs that
who's
we've been
this?
moving through a lot, and we have some sea berries here. But
Do you have any sea berries that are really thriving?
Yeah, over
I'd
here
love
you'll
to see them later.
And
Nice.
but so the pigs were here last year for
The squash is defended.
2-3 months, and then we moved them, and now we're just throwing in some squash seeds.
Every 2 days, or?
I move them about every 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
So you
Oh,
said
really?
the
So you put them
chickens,
in
then the pigs, and then sometimes the sheep?
Yeah.
Usually in that order?
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
sheep I'll move often in a place, but some places I don't want to necessarily have turn into pasture, and that's why the sheep won't go there.
So I'm curious about this oak.
This area has had
This
sheep.
oak that got pretty much felled
Right,
6 feet up,
yeah, so this is the
but
oak
it's
that I'm
making a
really-
great top.
Yeah, and it was really vibrant. Again, this one had caterpillar, brown-tailed moth caterpillars like crazy, but it still did better than our bigger oaks. And I think it's because
Then those taller.
Yeah.
As far as the brown tails, or
yeah, because it could. I think
they like high places.
Yeah. Oh, is that true?
Well, I mean, they go to the highest
Yeah,
twig.
they do. That's a good point. But I was really happy with this tree, how well it did.
So
you
far.
really just cut it. It looks like you just cut the
Yeah.
whole tree
She
off.
felled it.
You
Yeah,
felled
I
it
had
at
somebody
2
cut it
meters.
for me, and he just cut it straight off. And wait till you see this ash over here that's similar in size that was just felled. And, the roots, the trees here, they're going to throw up, saplings from underneath or from above. And fortunately with these, the deer can't reach
Or
them.
not saplings, but yes.
Sorry.
Sprouts.
Sprouts, yep. And,
I guess it's saplings. Yeah, it's
but
saplings
sprouts
either
is
way.
the word I was looking for and I couldn't find it. But so,
Seedlings wouldn't be.
So, all right, let's check out this ash over here. The same thing. It was the same day, so I had Eric come over and.
And do you know what the moon was or anything like that? Do you have the date written down?
It was probably September. No.
Yeah, just because
Yeah.
I always like to look
Yeah.
back
That's a really
to
good
know what
idea,
worked.
Especially, with the moonwood
this
thing.
one right here?
Yeah, that's.
Oh, this is so pretty from the
And I
side, and
did-
there's your thriving sea berries.
Yeah, they're doing quite
Wow,
well.
this is very beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Especially, I always felt like it was gravelly. Like when I first saw your property, things
on
were
sand.
small and kind of struggling to get established.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest site.
No.
Had it been gravelled before, or is it just gravelly and in?
This area has not been gravelled. It's just a sand base. And,
Yeah,
and
it's
and
just
it was,
it was just likely to get gravelled if you
and
didn't
full
buy
of
it.
soil. So this was a dark, Yeah.
Right. The trees were doing all right here.
Where you're trying to turn your forest.
Yeah. So you just
This was basically the day to cut down.
basically just clear cut it
For a house lot it was.
for a house lot.
And for me. And then some of these trees, were original. But,
Wait, beach blight, what's that look like? You said it was blighted at the top?
yeah, it was, the cankers and the leaves start dying on the top and coming down.
I haven't seen it, thank goodness.
Oh, you don't have it?
Not yet.
That's
I won't touch yours.
Yeah, don't. They definitely don't use your saw here.
Okay.
On them. But
Right.
But so this one you can see the
Looks
top's
good now.
thin again. But yeah, the tree is just,
But
and
this one you didn't sort of just lop
So-
off.
I didn't lop off. I climbed all the way up.
Uh-huh.
I shot. I was.
With a ladder?
This one, I think I had a ladder to get to the first step, and then
the
I climbed.
beach is like
I climbed the tree like
birch,
you.
where you have to leave some
Right.
stuff, right?
And then,
No, no.
No, that's poplar.
but I did leave some branches so I could climb back
I
down.
just leave more on them because I tend to prune them first thing in the spring when they just leafed out.
Yeah, and this one, when I cut the branches, then I would feed them directly to the pigs or to the goat.
And the pigs like them later. The pigs
Yeah.
will eat
So
them,
was
keep
there a
eating them.
reason,
Yeah.
what was your thinking of doing, like, how would you,
Instead of just having it cut down.
So I want to know what's under there. Like, what did you leave? I can't even see. It's so
it was
thick
a
and lush.
skeleton with, it's like a ladder shape.
So like what I did on those.
Yeah.
Like
but
you left your
shorter.
climbing form,
Yeah.
but they're a little shorter.
Yeah.
And so there were branches already down here that you climbed on?
Yeah, I had to get up to that where the bushy part is.
So the bushy part has some structure in there from before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because some of it looks like it's just trunk
Well, you can come
sprouts.
closer.
I think there's trunk sprouts there too.
Yeah, I think it's both.
It added. That is crazy. Doing crazy well.
I decided to climb up as high as I could, and until my knees shake, and then
Till your knees shake.
until I cut a whole bunch, and then yeah, and then I just shredded it on the way down, and it gave me a lot of leaf fodder for the animals.
But you didn't shred it to the trunk. I mean, that's
No,
usually they say shredding is cutting to the collars.
Yeah, no, I just
So you pollarded down. You pollarded your way down in a
Pollarded my way down.
fastigiate form,
yeah, and basically I
in a
pollarded
columnar
everything
form.
that I felt comfortable sawing with a handsaw, and so yeah, and I had to leave some.
And then you left a really big sap riser there that didn't seem to make a difference
Yeah.
for the sprouting.
I remember now, I actually left it in the soap, but I couldn't get in. I got scared of the whole thing.
What did you say? You left what?
Okay, so when I was up there, the top, it came down, but it didn't come all the way down.
Which is really a risky situation.
Yeah, so I left it, and I ran away. And so I climbed down, and then I ran away. No, so I left it, and it came down in a winter storm just a little bit later.
Was it still attached when you left it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it broke off
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, and so, so this was just a learning tree, but it's been fun to see how it handles it.
Yeah.
But
And so do you think the top died because of that
I think
blight you had? What did you call it?
it's the beach blight.
It's the beach blight, yeah.
Beach blight.
Yeah.
And what is the one called that makes the little things on the trunk?
That's this one I'm talking about.
Oh, that's the same thing. But how come it has a smooth trunk?
I think there's some blight.
Is
I
it
think it's
up
just
there but
starting to
not?
have it.
Okay, because I thought it started down low, but maybe not.
Maybe it does.
Maybe it starts up there.
I know.
Okay, well I'm familiar with that. I definitely
Yeah.
have that.
Yeah, oh, you
Some
do,
trees
yeah.
do and some trees
I'm
don't.
Yeah.
surprised you had none.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
No, but I thought she was saying something with the leaves.
Yeah, no, it's the canker blight.
Okay.
I was just thinking that it takes.
I just don't know its name.
Yeah.
I just know that they were smooth when I moved here in the 80s, and now they're not.
So,
And that it's two organisms.
yeah.
And that it really seems to matter at my place what soil base it's on, because the rich places that used to be a farm field are the smooth ones.
Right. That makes sense. I've noticed that at Front Mountain with some of it. And so, like this one, you can see where it's coming out.
Red maples.
This red maple.
Oh, this looks
And
good.
You can see that I did it up there.
Yep.
And again, whatever I could reach with standing on a ladder.
And so because it was a ladder accessible, you didn't leave any climbing structure because you'll just use the ladder.
Right. This was just a simple pole when I was.
But now it has lower branches, you might not need a ladder.
Right. Right. Eventually.
Except it's nice to lean it. I mean, then you're away from it.
Yeah.
This is Shauna, is funny because Shauna, you really like to climb, but I'm with Susan.
If I have this size
on
tree,
all these like.
if I have this size tree, this is what I do.
Oh, that is.
I just don't have this size tree.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not that I like to climb. I'm willing to climb,
You're willing to climb.
but I really like getting fodder quicker when I can.
So this one is left standing.
It's
right
just
here.
I'm not expecting this to always work, and I'm not sure if this will work long term. It's all about what Kevin Smith said yesterday about how fast it makes new wood that doesn't have that column of rot. Whether that new wood is a strong enough structure by the time that turns to soil. Because if it's just a thin layer, these can break out from that rotten middle. And if you're keeping the top small, that's less likely to happen.
And it depends on the tree. Smaller, so they're like my size.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just say it again because I didn't have the video on. So this
I
is,
pollarded this one in 2018.
Oh.
and you
So
just
3 years ago.
made that one trunk cut, and it had a few lower branches below it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it stayed alive, and it's doing great.
And you can
And
see
it
where has a
could
new
be
leaf.
pruned again soon.